Hello students, myself Monica, lecturer in EC department. I welcome you all to the class of Principles of Communication Engineering. Today is the third lecture and topic of today's discussion is modern communication system. Before starting with the today's topic, let's go through the definition of communication again. What is communication? This is the process of sending, receiving, and processing of meaningful information from one place to another by electronic means is called communication. In the previous lecture also, we have covered the details of communication and types of communication also. Communication is the transmission of information from a source to a user. From this definition, we will study about the block diagram for a communication system, and some additional terms are also there which will be explained while studying the block diagram. Have a look at the general block diagram of communication system. We know the communication system is basically used to convey a message. This message has to be conveyed from the information source through a transmitter to destination or the user through a receiver. See students, in this block diagram we are having a source from where information is given to the transmitter. From the transmitter, a transmitted signal is received and sent to the receiver through a channel to the receiver. We are sending a received signal through the channel. Look at the extreme right side. After receiver, we are having received information which is then given to the destination, or here in the oval shape user is mentioned, so we can say information is received by the user. In between you can see a one term, that is noise. So there comes a stage in between the transmitter and receiver where some undesired signal in the form of noise is the undesired signal is introduced at the stage of channel. So I hope this block diagram, all the blocks are clear. Let's discuss the block in detail. Now, here we will discuss about the information. See, in the diagram, I have highlighted a part with red color, that is the information. So here, let's study about information. We all know in any communication system, the first step is to convey a message. This message is originated from the information source and is selected from a number of messages. These number of messages are made up of many individual messages which may be distinguished from one another. This can be in the form of codes, code symbols, words or group of words or any other coded symbols. So information is what? It is conveyed, and it can be said that it is the amount of information contained in any message which can be measured in bits or in bits, and this depends upon the number of choice that can be made. Here I have mentioned data which the user did not possess prior to communicating with the source. Earlier we were not having any data with us. The key concept is the fact that the data which the user receives was unknown to the user before the source began communicating. So the data that the user will be receiving or the data will be sent to the destination side, it was unknown to the user. Once the source starts communicating, only then we come to know about the data. Now see the highlighted part of the diagram with the red color, and it is the source. What is source? Source is the originator of the information. A source may be a human voice, it can be some music, or it can be a digital data from a computer, etc. So here is the source. Here I have highlighted the user. Who is a user? This is sometimes denoted as destination also. The user is the recipient of the information. So the user will receive the information. The user will receive the information. So user is the recipient. Here in the communication system, message fed to the information source is required to be reproduced in the exact manner. This is achieved by connecting the output of the receiver to the desired apparatus. In apparatus, we can include a loudspeaker, video display unit, picture tube, computer, fax machine, or various radar systems. And this depends upon the type of the signal transmitted. So what kind of signal is transmitted, it will decide the type of apparatus to be connected at the destination or at the user side, so that it can receive the information. So this is all about the user. In this part of diagram, I have highlighted the channel with red color. So here we will study about the channel. We know the signal containing information is transmitted from the transmitter and it is received at the receiver before reaching the destination. So there is a medium which we require to connect the transmitter to receiver, and this medium is the channel. So I am reading out the lines already written. The channel is the physical transmission medium over which the communication is sent. Channel may be a pair of wires, radio airwaves, coaxial cables, set of transmission lines, optical fibers, laser beam, or free space. All channels have physical limitations which will distort and attenuate the transmitted signal, and noise may be added to the transmitted signal. Or we can say there is a introduction of undesired signal in the form of noise. So at the receiving end, what we get noise also along with the information transmitted. So the received signal will not be an exact duplicate of the transmitted signal. Now we will study about the transmitter. What is the need of transmitter? We could have sent the information directly to the channel. But why we have not done this? We require a transmitter. I'm reading out. We could try to send the source output directly through the channel. But generally speaking, the channel will add unacceptable amounts of noise and distortion to the signal. So what we use? We use the transmitter. We use the transmitter to reformat and reshape the signal so that the channel will not distort it as much. After reformatting and reshaping, the transmitter may also boost the power of the signal. In the diagram, receiver part is highlighted with red color. So here we will read about receiver. Receiver attempts to translate the received signal back into the original information sent by the source. This involves two steps. First is compensating for the noise and distortion added by the channel. Second is undoing the shaping and formatting from the transmitter. So what does this receiver do? It tries to remove the noise and the distortion. Also, it shapes and does the formatting of the signal received from the transmitter. Next is the transmitter block diagram. Here we will discuss about the transmitter in detail. See, I have marked the number of blocks, that is 1, 2, 3 and 4. What happens? The message received from information source, it may or may not be electrical in nature. So firstly, it is converted into electrical form with the help of suitable transducer. In the case of radio broadcast transmitter, a microphone converts the information in the form of sound waves into corresponding electrical form. Second, here the electrical signal is processed to set the range of frequencies this range is either compressed or limited in the amplitude range. For the long distance communication, amplification process is necessary. So before doing the modulation, signal amplification is done. See the block number 3rd and 4th. Here the signal or message is amplified in voltage amplifier and power amplifier, and then it is encoded to make it possible for transmission and the reception purpose. Finally, the signal or the information amplitude modulates the carrier. Modulation is different from system to system. Modulation can be done at high carrier level or the low carrier level. And this diagram shown above is for the high level modulation. Look at the block number 5. In this block, the carrier voltage is generated. Then we are having a buffer amplifier which isolates master oscillator from the modulation. The buffer amplifier is followed by a series of RF voltage and power amplifiers shown by block number 7. And at the end, the signal is fed to the RF output power amplifier where the carrier gets amplitude modulated. This is shown by block number 8. And at last we are having a antenna to transmit the signal. Next we will study about receiver block diagram. I have marked the different blocks of the receiver, giving them numbers 1 to 6, and accordingly we will discuss the receiver side. First is the AF amplifier. Voltage from receiving antenna is fed to the AF amplifier. Number 2 shows the local oscillator. Mixing of block 1 and 2 is done at the block 3, that is the frequency mixer, which gives us the intermediate frequency voltage. So at the output of the frequency mixer, what we get? IF voltage. This IF voltage is amplified in block 4, that is the IF amplifier block, and then fed to the detector in block 5. At the output of detector, we get the original signal voltage, which is then given to the block number 6. Block 6 is AF voltage and power amplifier. So here in the block 6, audio voltage is amplified and then fed to the loudspeaker. So all these blocks represents the working of the receiver of communication system. Hence this completes the description of transmission and receiver. Thank you, students.